Welcome back to All In with Bryan Weatherford, folks. We're about to meet with a guy who couldn't decide which way to go in the car business, so he said, you know what, I'll just sell all of them. And by golly, he's getting really close to selling all of them. This is Wes Spence. He's with Waxahachie, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and so much more. Wesley, welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Well, I like the whole Dodge, Chrysler. I mean, how do you sell everybody?
Well, you know, we have three manufacturers down there. We have Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and then Nissan stores. So we have a couple body shops. We have an off-road facility that we lift your truck and add all the
nice. All
fancy
the toys.
tires. Yes, all the toys. You know, we figured out many years ago people would buy a vehicle and they'd leave our lot and go get it done somewhere else. So we might as well just do it all there.
We can be your one-stop shop.
Yeah, we do the bed liners, the tent, everything.
So even if somebody else were to have their own vehicle already, they can bring it in and you'll do it there as well?
It's called a Waxahachie Off-Road. So.
Waxahachie Off-Road.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're Argyle as well.
Well, yeah, I live in Argyle, and I drive an hour south every day, and it's not too bad. You hit the toll roads now.
Well, the toll roads, and then your highway. I mean, you're down 35 287 pretty much. So you got a pretty straight shot from all directions to get to your location.
Pretty much.
There in Waxahachie. So how long have you been doing this?
I've been in the car business probably 25, 27 years. So I was a police officer for 10 years. Got on when I was 19 years old. And
wow.
That was kind of my quick college I went to. So.
That's quite a college.
Right. I owned some body shops, and that's how I kind of got in the car business.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you that. So it's not like a family thing or something?
No,
it's just more like a passion.
It is a passion, and I had a little entrepreneur spirit in me.
Good for you.
And just kind of took off from there. So I had a few wreckers and got into the car business, and I had a friend of mine, he's passed now, but he says, you know, you'd be really good in the car business. I said, I don't know anything about it. He goes, yeah, you do, you're doing it now. So
was he in the car business?
He was,
okay.
He was, and it's kind of a good old friend that talked me into doing that, and it's been well for me and my family. So
almost a mentor, so to speak.
He was. I had a couple mentors in my life. One was Red McCombs, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah. Red is one of the greatest, and good man, and my kids, I had a couple kids graduate from UT.
Okay.
Red wrote them some letters, so that was an honor.
That helps.
Yes, it did. And they graduated his business school there too.
Okay. So. Are they going to be in the business? Are they in your family business?
Well, I would love for them to be one day. My youngest 17-year-old says he is, so we'll see where that path goes.
Well, and I asked that, Wes, because I know family is such a big part of your life, as it should be of everybody's.
It is. I have 5 kids, 2 grandkids, and a beautiful wife, and she's my rock, and she's the one that pushes us and pushes our family, so just proud to have them.
So did you find when you're going to start getting the business, because we have a lot of entrepreneurs on the show, not on the scale of you, but it could be anybody that thinks they want to get into business for themselves, and again, not in your case, but in some cases it's a hobby that they decide to turn into a business and realize, oh geez, now all this business stuff's here. Did you go through that when you started off?
Not really. You know, I've always found that if you can get into a business that's really inexpensive to get into, in these days, you know, a lot of people are doing the same thing. They have the same idea you have. So it's tough to get in any business and make it go. I give you that.
Right.
When I started years ago with my body shops, you know, that you just couldn't go down to the bank and get a loan. So I was always robbing Peter to pay Paul, and a lot of expenses, a lot of overhead, and it was tough. It's tough now, you know. People think we make a lot of money on our cars, and we really don't.
No.
It's the service and the after sales and the way we treat our customers and keep them coming back from us. And you know, but when you buy a car, as you know, you've talked to many car dealers.
Sure.
Our per copy on the cars we sell is not that much. It's not as much as people think we make. So
no, it's not.
We all pay the same for our vehicles. A lot of people don't know that. So they say, well, how can you give me more on my trade, or how can you save more money on this car deal? I said, well, the only reason we can, and we always say the eggs are cheaper in the country. I know it sounds a little cheesy, but
the eggs are cheaper in the country. Okay,
it's
go
true.
ahead.
Think about it. You know, I'm not in the big Dallas, Fort Worth, downtown area.
There's a lot of layers that are cut out.
There's a lot of rent factor and stuff that people pay. So how can me personally save $1,000 more on your trade, for example? And we do. And I purposely, if you bring me something in writing, I'll purposely beat that car deal just because I can.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not here to sell cars. And, we're talking about my complex and how we treat people.
Right.
You don't even have to come to my store. And that's what I love to just have a car brought to your house. We do everything. You sign on the kitchen table.
Wow.
If your credit's, to the point where we can just give you the rate you deserve, and we can talk about the product whether you want it or you don't after you like the warranties and stuff. Whatever we talk about and agree to on the phone, my guys show up with that paperwork and your vehicle and the trade amount that we agreed upon, and nothing changes. Who likes to go to the dealership? I mean, if you need a washer and dryer, you don't want to go shopping washer and dryers. You just kind of go online.
Give me the washer and dryer.
Somebody deliver it. You don't want to go shop for them. But it's same thing I always teach my guys. It's not easy coming to a dealership. People, they're nervous. They're up in arms. They don't know what to say.
They're defensive.
Their grandfather told them how to don't do this. Don't tell them about the trade. Don't do this. So it takes forever because you didn't tell us about this information. We're just trying to speed it up, and we just try to make it simple.
Well, the one thing though that it's the people business. As trite as that sounds, it's people dealing with people. Right. People buy from people. Right. They got to trust you. And just reading up about you before you came in, Wes, they got to tell you you're my kind of guy because you believe in giving back to community.
I do.
Community is a big thing. Can you touch on that a little bit? What you do, that's important, but why you do it is more important.
So I'll just give you, when I took over this, and bought into my stores about 8 years ago. We're spending a lot of money advertising. Stores weren't doing that well. And I started looking at how much money we're spending in advertising. And we're trying to go after a big DFW or, just the whole market out there and instead of taking care of our backyard. And so I stopped all that, got my guys together, and started worrying about the community and focusing on the grassroots marketing, your local schools, and we've put together some programs that work. We have a perfect attendance program. I guess we've given away probably 30 cars in the last 7-8 years.
Okay.
And it's a great program. Strive to Drive is what we call it. Just a good program where we'll put a car in the front of the school all year long. And each semester you get a coupon, and that coupon is we don't want a kid to come to school if he's got the flu or something, right? So next semester you can get a coupon, and you may have 3 or 4 at the end of the year, and we get everybody together. We draw 10 names. Usually packs the stadium.
Oh, sure it does.
But what I didn't realize when we were doing that with the schools, because the schools started begging us every year to do another car. Please do another car. So if you raise the basis points of attendance, like even a quarter basis point,
school gets money.
They get hundreds of thousands of dollars. We had one school tell us we've helped them raise over $1 million, and I didn't realize just by giving a car away and then helping keeping these kids in school would do that. And we get into some needy families and give
absolutely
giving some cars away to a single mom that she couldn't even get her kids. She was Ubering her kids to school, Ubering to work. Our kids couldn't play baseball because she didn't have a car.
Sure.
And so I found out about it, and I gave one away to her. It was just an honor to do these things and give back to the community.
Well, and that's what I was talking about. I mean, it's not just a businessman, you're a community man, and for you, it comes in that order.
Right.
All right. Back to business real quick. What the heck's going on? Anything new with Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep? I mean, every time I turn around, there's a new Dodge product coming out.
They've really stepped up their product, and I'm really proud to be a Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep dealer. And I don't know if you've read up on the Jeep lately, but that Jeep Grand Cherokee, the new Jeep Gladiator just came out. As soon as they hit the lot, they're sold.
That's good.
If you haven't driven a Jeep Wrangler lately, I'm telling you, it's not your old Jeep Wrangler. It just doesn't ride rough down the road. It's like driving a really nice car, smooth. Just a good product. I'm really proud to be a part of that. And I have a Ford store, same with their product, and then a Nissan. Everybody's really stepped up all their products lately.
Well, that's neat. It's people these days, I mean, regardless of what they're looking for, you mentioned people want to go online. There's still a lot of touch and feel people out there.
There is.
I'm one of those.
Right.
I want to hear how the door sounds when it slams. I want to sit in the seat. I want to honk the horn. I want to see where the cup holder is.
And you should.
You
should.
But the fact that I could come do it with all these different great product lines just going to you,
right,
that saves me a lot of work.
That's true.
That's what I like. It's Wes Spence, everybody. Waxahachie, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep. He's a great community guy, a fantastic business guy, just a good guy to know. I enjoyed having you in here today.
It was an honor. Thank you, sir.
Look forward to it. Thank you as
Yes,
well.
sir.
You take care. Folks, thank you too. Hope you enjoy that, and we'll catch you next time on All In. Bye-bye.